Okay, I'd like to welcome you. For those of you that don't know what the Energy Institute is, let me give you a very brief introduction. I don't want to bore you, but we're a virtual institute. I deliberately did not want bricks and mortar. We cover many schools across the university campus, and the schools that are most relevant are the schools of arts and sciences, the School of Engineering, the School of Environmental Biological Sciences, the Blaustein School, to name most of them. And this institute was built by faculty. It was not built by an administrative vision. It was built by the faculty's vision of a need to have basically a one-stop shop for understanding the problems of energy and the solutions, and being a place where faculty from across the campuses can communicate with each other, develop new courses, and to integrate research. We would like it to be the spark plug or a major spark plug for development and innovation in the state. And I advise deans and the administration with regard to the future potential of research across the campuses. The REI, if you go to our website, is really our face to the nation in terms of this university and its ability to solve energy problems for this state and for the nation, and frankly, to be an example, I would, in my mind, for the world. So we're a solutions-oriented group. Now, there are several areas of research which are strong and some which we're building, and biofuels is one, photovoltaics is another, energy storage, catalysis, urban planning. Geophysical fluids is a code word for wind, geophysical fluids is a code word for wind and for movement of the oceans. And we have an oceanographic sciences division here, or program, which has a very large investiture in understanding the physics of the coastal ocean. Carbon sequestration. And then, as we'll hear today, energy policy and social aspects of energy, which is really critical for this nation. There's clearly, as you all realize, an increasingly urgent need to transform the energy technologies of the world. The IPCC, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, which several of us are members of, issued its report just a few weeks ago. And it's very, very, very clear that decarbonizing our energy sources is critical to the future of not just the state or the nation. It's critical to the world. It is a national security issue. It is a great concern to the Pentagon when we would potentially have millions of starving people migrating across vast distances. It's a very, very intensely debated issue across the nation, and its solution has to be found. We try to provide research that is motivational and is transformational. We are not an energy company. We're the brains. We manufacture brains. That's the only thing this university does. It makes brains. Okay, that's our product. And that product goes out into the world, into industry, into government, and it tries to ultimately transform the planet. Now, you don't need a lot of brains to transform the planet. You just need a few good brains. I will finish this little discussion by saying that over the past several years, we've seen the potential of what can happen in nature when we run the business as usual scenarios. We have massively transformed the temperature structure of the oceans, the atmosphere, leading to intense storms, droughts, floods, things that were not really part of the human experience 60 or 80 years ago. Now, the energy technologies that enter the market today are driven by, obviously, economics. And the economics of this country, in terms of energy, are driven very largely by energy policies that are set in Washington, D.C. And Rush Holt will address some of those, I believe. So at some point, the question is how to take brains from a university, brains in national laboratories, technologies that are very, very disruptive, and transform them into technologies that work. And can a consortium of academic, industrial, and government scientists influence the national energy policy and the way we live? So we do a lot of outreach. I do a lot of outreach throughout the year. Many of my colleagues in the REI do outreach as well. We've worked with the Air Force, with the Army. We work with our representatives in Washington, representatives in the state. Many of us sit on the National Research Council, and in many aspects of it, advising the nation through the National Research Council, which is the advisory arm of the National Academy of Sciences, on energy policies, on energy technologies, and so on. And of course, many of us work to try to inform the public through outreach, through radio, television, and through news. So, having said that, you have an idea of what this institute is about. We have about 65 faculty members, many graduate students, many postdocs, and one staff. And that one staff is Beatrice Buehrer, and I want to really thank her for her wonderful service to this university, because without her, I wouldn't be standing here. So first thing, thank you.